Welcome back to Coins Tool. Today, we're talking about something that's got the entire numismatic world buzzing, the 1980 D Lincoln penny, which some people are saying is worth a jaw-dropping $1.9 million. Money with wings, is this true? How did a simple 1-cent coin become worth such a fortune? Is it possible that you could have one in your change jar right now? Stick around, because we're about to separate fact from fiction, and show you just how valuable this coin could really be. Alright, let's start with a little bit of history. The 1980 D penny is a Lincoln cent that was minted in Denver, which you can tell by the D mint mark located just below the date on the coin. In 1980, the Denver Mint produced billions of these pennies, and yes, I mean billions, with a B. In fact, over 5 billion Lincoln cents were minted at Denver that year, which means that the 1980 D penny is not exactly what we'd call rare, at least, not by default. But here's where things get interesting. Out of all those billions of coins, a few have managed to capture the imagination of collectors because of specific and rare errors or unique features. Now, let's talk about why the 1980 D penny is making headlines lately. There have been claims circulating online that a specific 1980 D penny sold for a whopping $1.9 million. That's the kind of number that gets everyone looking at their pocket change just a little bit closer. Face with monocle money bag. But before we all rush to cash in our pennies, let's take a closer look at what might make this coin worth so much. Often, with rare coins like this, the value comes from errors, unique conditions, or anomalies that make the coin one of a kind. So, what exactly makes this particular penny so special? There are a few things that could make a 1980 D penny highly valuable. Let's break them down. A mint error occurs when something goes wrong during the minting process, resulting in a coin that looks different from how it was intended. With the 1980 D penny, possible errors might include double die strikes, off-center strikes, or even clipped planchets where part of the coin is missing. These types of errors are often highly sought after by collectors. The condition of a coin is a huge factor in its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with MS, mint state, coins being the most pristine. If you happen to have a 1980 D penny in near-perfect condition, graded MS 68 or higher, it can fetch a high price. However, even then, $1.9 million would be an extraordinary figure. Sometimes, a rare variety of a coin will slip through the minting process due to minor changes or errors in the dies used. For example, small differences in the design or positioning of certain features can make the coin more valuable to collectors looking for something unique. So, is a 1980 D penny really worth $1.9 million? Well, the short answer is, probably not. Grinning face with sweat. The truth is, most 1980 D pennies are worth face value, that's right, just 1 cent. Even if you have a nice, shiny one in great condition, its value is likely only a few cents to a few dollars, unless it's got something really special going for it, like an error or an extremely high grade. Where does the $1.9 million figure come from, then? It could be due to misleading information, misinterpretation, or an exaggeration of what someone hopes it might be worth. There's also the possibility that a collector was willing to pay an extraordinary amount for a specific reason, maybe a one-of-a-kind error or just to complete an extremely rare collection. But there's no public auction record that shows a 1980 D penny selling for anything close to $1.9 million. Alright, so now you might be wondering, how do I know if my 1980 D penny is worth something? Here are a few steps you can take. Inspect your coin carefully under good lighting or even a magnifying glass. If you see anything unusual, like doubling on the letters or numbers, it might be worth getting checked out. The better the condition, the more it could be worth. Coins with little to no wear are graded higher, and those with grades of MS 65 or higher could fetch a premium. If you think you have something special, consider sending it to a professional coin grading service, such as PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. These services will authenticate your coin and give it a grade, which will give you an accurate idea of its value. To put it simply, the typical 1980 penny isn't going to make you rich. Most of these coins are worth only their face value, and even those in great condition may only be worth a few bucks. However, a rare error could push the value higher, up to hundreds or even thousands of dollars, but $1.9 million is highly unlikely. Money with wings. In fact, looking at recent auctions, high-grade examples of 1980 pennies, like those graded MS-67 or MS-68, have sold for anywhere between $50 and $150. In rare cases with exceptional errors, they might sell for more, but it's important to keep your expectations realistic. So, should you be checking your piggy banks and old change jars for a 1980 penny? Absolutely. You never know what treasures you might have, but just remember that, while it's fun to dream about a multi-million-dollar find, the odds are that most of these pennies are still just worth, well, a penny. The key here is to know what you're looking for: rare errors, amazing condition, and those hard-to-find anomalies that collectors crave. And who knows? Maybe you'll find something extraordinary. Thanks for joining me today, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on the latest coin news and treasure hunting tips. Bell. We're diving into a truly incredible story, about a humble little 1-cent coin that could be worth a whopping $1.8 million. That's right, a 1981 mint mark Lincoln penny that has the collector community buzzing. Imagine turning a penny into a fortune. Stick around because I'll tell you exactly why this coin is so special, how to identify it, and how it could make you a millionaire. Let's get into it. Alright, let's talk about the Lincoln cent. First minted in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, this coin has been a part of American history for over a century. But today, we're focusing on one specific year, 1981. Now, the thing is, most people would look at a 1981 penny and think it's just another ordinary coin. And for the most part, it is. But there are a few very special variations of this coin that are catching the eyes of collectors. Specifically, there is a 1981 Lincoln cent, with a unique mint mark, that has been valued at a staggering $1.8 million in the current market. Can you believe it? A simple penny that's worth more than a mansion. So, what is it about this 1981 penny that makes it so valuable? To understand that, we need to take a closer look at a few factors: the mint mark, errors, and rarity. First up, let's talk about the mint mark. A mint mark is a small letter or symbol on a coin that tells you where it was minted. In 1981, the U.S. Mint was striking pennies at three main locations: Philadelphia, which traditionally had no mark; Denver, marked with a D, and San Francisco, marked with an S. What we're interested in here is the 1981 S Lincoln cent proof coin. Specifically, it's what we call a Type 2 or Clear S mint mark. This mint mark is crisp, clean, and distinct, unlike the Type 1, which had a blobby and less defined appearance. The Clear S Type 2 was only produced in limited quantities, making it an instant target for collectors. But there's more. Errors are the key here. In 1981, a number of these S mint mark coins had some unusual minting errors. We're talking about double die errors, off-center strikes, and most importantly, proof coins with mistakes, which are extremely rare. These errors were not supposed to happen in proof coins, which are specially made for collectors and should be flawless. Now, let's get to the juicy part. How did a 1981 penny get valued at $1.8 million? Well, a collector recently stumbled upon a nearly perfect condition 1981 S Lincoln cent proof coin with the rare Clear S mint mark and an unusual error. The coin was submitted to Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, one of the most trusted names in coin grading. After extensive evaluation, PCGS awarded it a perfect grade of PR70 Deep Cameo, which is incredibly rare for this year and mint mark. Basically, this means the coin is in flawless condition with stunning mirror-like finishes and amazing contrast. And because of its scarcity and condition, it went on to sell for a staggering $1.8 million at an auction. So, how do you know if you've struck gold? Well, copper in this case, with a 1981 penny. First of all, you'll want to check your proof sets from 1981. Proof sets are special collector's sets that contain high-quality coins produced at the San Francisco Mint. You're specifically looking for that S mint mark, and you want it to be the clear S Type 2 version. To identify it, look closely at the mint mark under magnification. If the S looks crisp, clear, and well-defined without any of that smudgy appearance, then congratulations, you might have a Type 2 on your hands. Also, if there are any unusual errors like doubling or off-centering, you may have an even more valuable coin. Now, let's talk about condition. The value of coins is heavily dependent on their condition. Collectors use a scale called the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70. The 1981 S. Lincoln cent that fetched $1.8 million was graded at PR 70, meaning it was perfect. Any scratches, discoloration, or wear will significantly reduce a coin's value. So, if you have an old penny collection, it's crucial to keep those coins in the best possible condition, avoid touching them with your fingers, store them in a cool, dry place, and keep them in protective cases. Now, you may be wondering, what do I do if I think I have a valuable 1981 penny? The best way to verify its value is by getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. They'll authenticate and grade your coin, which will determine its value in the marketplace. You could potentially have a small fortune sitting in your coin jar right now, but you'll never know unless you get it checked out. Let's talk about the current market. Lincoln cents are among the most collected coins in the United States, and the demand for rare and unusual variations remains high. As of now, an uncirculated or proof 1981 S Type 2 penny in near-perfect condition can easily fetch tens of thousands of dollars. But when you factor in a rare minting error, that value skyrockets, as we've seen with the $1.8 million coin. Collectors are actively hunting for these rare pieces, and auctions are seeing more interest than ever before. So, if you have one, this could be the best time to get it appraised and consider selling. Who would have thought that a penny could be worth $1.8 million? It's incredible to think that a small coin, something we see every day, could have such hidden value. It just goes to show that there are treasures everywhere, you just have to know where to look. We're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, specifically, a humble little penny that could be worth a whopping $1.7 million. That's right, we're talking about the 1983 Lincoln cent with a very special mint mark. Grab your magnifying glasses, folks, because you might want to start checking your pocket change after you hear this. Now, you might be wondering, how can a penny, worth just 1 cent, be valued at over $1 million? Is this even real, or just another internet myth? Well, today, I'm going to explain exactly why the 1983 Lincoln cent is so valuable and what you need to look out for if you want to find one of these rare treasures. Let's start with a little history. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln Memorial Penny, has been a staple of American currency since 1909, when it was first introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the years, the composition of these pennies has changed several times, most notably in 1982. Before 1982, pennies were made primarily of 95% copper, but due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint decided to switch to a zinc core with only a thin copper coating. This change happened during the year 1982, which means there are both copper and zinc versions of the 1982 penny. Fast forward to 1983. The pennies produced this year were supposed to be made entirely from the new zinc core material, with a copper plating. However, a rare error occurred. A small number of 1983 pennies were actually struck on the old copper planchets instead of the new zinc ones. These 1983 copper pennies are incredibly rare because they were never meant to exist. It's believed that a few leftover copper planchets from 1982 somehow ended up in the press during 1983, resulting in a small batch of these wrong planchet bearers. So how do you know if you have one of these valuable 1983 copper pennies? First off, the key is to weigh the coin. A regular 1983 zinc penny weighs 2.5 grams, while a copper penny from before 1982 weighs 3.11 grams. If you have a 1983 penny and want to know if it's made of copper, you need to weigh it. If it comes in at 3.11 grams, then you may be in possession of a truly rare find. Another way to tell is by the sound. Copper pennies have a distinctive ring when dropped compared to zinc pennies, which sound more dull. But weighing is definitely the more accurate method. Remember, though, just because it weighs 3.11 grams doesn't mean it's automatically worth millions. You should always have it verified by a professional coin grading service, like PCGS or NGC, to confirm its authenticity. Now, let's talk about the value. In 2019, one of these rare 1983 copper pennies sold at auction for a staggering $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.7 million for a penny. But why so much? The value comes down to rarity and demand. There are very few confirmed examples of these 1983 copper pennies, which makes them highly sought after by collectors. When rarity meets high demand, the price can skyrocket, and that's exactly what happened at the auction, hundreds of thousands to over $1 million depending on its condition and the level of interest at auction. Even if it's not $1 million, it's still life-changing money for a penny. So, could you have a $1.7 million penny sitting in your coin jar? It's possible. The 1983 Lincoln cent is a prime example of why coin collecting is so exciting. You never know what hidden treasures might be waiting for you. If you learned something new today, or if you're inspired to start looking through your change, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to channel name for more incredible stories from the world of rare coins and collectibles. Who knows? Your next penny might just be worth a fortune. We have an absolute stunner for you, a seemingly ordinary penny that could turn out to be worth a small fortune. Yes, I'm talking about the 1992 Lincoln cent with a rare mint mark error that's making waves in the world of coin collectors. This seemingly simple coin is currently valued at an astonishing $1.6 million. But what makes this coin so special, and how can you check if you have one in your change jar? Let's dive right into it. Let's start by understanding the key difference. In 1992, the U.S. Mint produced a regular issue of the Lincoln penny. However, some of these pennies have a very rare and valuable mint mark variation. We're specifically talking about the 1992 close AM penny, but what does that mean exactly? On the reverse side of a typical penny, you'll see the word America. The rare 1992 penny features a close AM variety, where the letters A and M in America are very close together, almost touching. Most 1992 pennies have a wide AM, where the letters are spaced further apart. It's this small detail that makes a world of difference and gives this coin its incredible value. So, what caused this difference? Well, this error occurred because the U.S. Mint accidentally used a die intended for proof coins in regular circulation. Proof coins are supposed to be of much higher quality, and they often have slight design differences. This mishap led to a limited number of 1992 Lincoln cents having the close AM design, making them extremely rare. Now, you might be wondering, how rare is this coin, really? To put it into perspective, there are fewer than 10 confirmed examples of this 1992 close AM penny known to exist. It's one of those rare errors that most people have overlooked for years because it looks so much like a regular penny at first glance. The rarity of the 1992 close AM penny has driven its value up significantly over the past decade. The most recent sale of a high-grade example of this coin went for an incredible $1.6 million at auction. That's right, $1.6 million for a penny that you might have in your collection right now. Talk about a life-changing discovery. So, how can you tell if you have this rare and valuable coin? Let's break it down. First, gather all your 1992 Lincoln cents. You're specifically looking for those with either a Philadelphia, no mint mark, or Denver, D, mint mark. Both varieties have been found with the close AM error, so keep an eye out for any 1992 penny. Next, take a close look at the reverse side, where it says United States of America. Focus on the A and M in America. To spot the difference, you may need a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. If the A and M are almost touching, you could be holding the close AM variety. It might help to compare it with another penny from 1993, which all have the wide AM spacing. This comparison will help you see the difference more clearly. Remember, the 1992 wide AM is common and worth just a cent, but the 1992 close AM is the real prize. Now, if you think you found the 1992 close AM penny, the next step is to get it authenticated and graded by a professional service, like PCGS or NGC. The value of the coin largely depends on its condition, with higher grade examples fetching more money. If it's in mint state or uncirculated condition, you could be looking at a 6 or even 7-figure payday. Many of the highest priced sales have happened at major auction houses, where collectors bid competitively to own a piece of numismatic history. The $1.6 million sale was for a nearly perfect condition coin, graded as MS-67 by PCGS. That's an exceptionally high grade, meaning the coin was almost flawless. Imagine finding one of these in your piggy bank or an old collection. It's like finding a lottery ticket you didn't even know you had. While we're on the topic, there are a few other Lincoln cents you should keep an eye out for that are worth a lot of money. For example, the 1955 double die penny, the 1969 S double die, and the 1972 double die are all highly sought after by collectors. Each of these coins can be worth thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in top condition. You might be asking yourself, why do these error coins have such high value? Well, it all comes down to rarity and demand. Collectors love coins that tell a story, especially when they're tied to an interesting mistake or unique feature that wasn't meant to exist. The 1992 close AM penny represents a minting error that slipped through quality control, making it a rare find that shouldn't be in circulation. Its scarcity, combined with the historical context, creates high demand among numismatists. Coin collecting is all about the thrill of the hunt and the possibility of discovering a gem in the most unexpected of places, like your spare change. Every year, there are new stories of people finding rare coins that end up being worth thousands, sometimes millions of dollars. So, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and check those jars of coins, dig through your drawers, and maybe even ask your friends and family if they have any old pennies lying around. Who knows, you could be sitting on a fortune and not even know it. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of one of the most valuable pennies ever minted, the 1995 Lincoln cent, with a mint mark that's making collectors go crazy. Stay tuned, because you could be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. To truly understand the value of the 1995 Lincoln cent, let's take a step back in time and understand its origin. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln penny, has been in circulation since 1909, celebrating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first American coin to feature a U.S. president's portrait, a groundbreaking move at the time. The 1995 Lincoln cent, however, holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. Why? Because of a mint mark error that sent shockwaves throughout the numismatic community. So what makes this coin so special? In 1995, an unusual error occurred during the minting process. A small batch of these coins received a misprint in the form of a double die. You might be wondering, what exactly is a double die? Well, a double die is a type of error that happens when a coin is struck more than once during the minting process, leading to a noticeable doubling of certain features on the coin. For the 1995 Lincoln cent, this doubling is most noticeable in the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If you take a closer look at these letters with a magnifying glass, you might see distinct doubling, and this is exactly what makes the 1995 penny so rare and valuable. Unlike a normal penny, this doubling turns a common cent into an extraordinary find, coveted by collectors worldwide. But it's not just any 1995 penny. This doubling effect is specific to coins from the Philadelphia Mint. The mint mark, or lack of a mint mark, which indicates it's from Philadelphia, is the key to identifying this highly valuable error. Coins from other mints, such as Denver, do not show this doubling effect, which makes the Philadelphia version that much more exciting. So, just how much is this coin worth? Back in the 1990s, when this error was first discovered, collectors and enthusiasts began snatching up these pennies for anywhere from $50 to $500, depending on the condition. Fast forward to today, and the value has skyrocketed. A 1995 double-die penny in mint state condition can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. But here's where things get even crazier. Recently, a 1995 Lincoln cent with the double-die effect sold for an astounding $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.5 million for a single penny. Why is it worth so much? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. The numismatic market places a premium on coins that are not only rare but are also in impeccable condition. Coins graded by reputable agencies like PCGS or NGC at a high grade, like MS 67 or above, can command huge sums. Just recently, a top-grade 1995 Lincoln cent was sold at auction for $1.5 million, setting a new record for this coin. It was in pristine condition, almost as if it had just been minted yesterday. This kind of sale is exactly what makes coin collecting so exciting, the idea that a small, overlooked piece of change could be worth a life-changing amount of money. Now, let's get into the part you've all been waiting for. How can you identify whether your 1995 penny is worth a fortune? It's actually pretty simple. Grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and take a very close look at the lettering on the obverse side of the coin. You want to focus specifically on the word liberty and the phrase, "In God We Trust." If you notice any doubling on these letters, you might be in possession of the coveted double-die variety. Here's a tip: don't just rely on your naked eye. Doubling can be subtle, and using a magnifying glass with at least 5x or 10x magnification is your best bet to confirm whether you have a genuine error coin. And don't forget, condition is everything. Coins with scratches, dents, or significant wear are still valuable but won't fetch the $1 million price tag. If you think you have a double die in great condition, consider getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. It could make all the difference. Here's some advice for those of you just getting into coin collecting, or if you're curious about finding one of these rare pennies. First, check your change. The 1995 double-die penny is often discovered in circulation, especially in older rolls of pennies. Visit local banks and ask for rolls of pennies to search through. Many collectors have found rare coins this way, and it's an inexpensive way to hunt for treasure. Also, stay informed by joining local coin clubs or online forums. The coin collecting community is incredibly passionate and loves sharing information about new finds and current market values. You never know, you might meet someone who has a 1995 double-die Lincoln cent and can show you exactly what to look for. Imagine turning a single penny into $1.5 million, that's the magic of coin collecting. The 1995 Lincoln cent with the double-die error is truly a treasure hiding in plain sight, and who knows? The next time you check your spare change, you might just hit the jackpot. We're diving into the fascinating story of this highly valuable 2003 Lincoln penny, what makes it worth so much, and why collectors are going absolutely crazy for it. But before you rush to the bank to withdraw your piggy bank savings, let's take a close look at what makes this coin so special, how to identify it, and whether your 2003 penny might be the jackpot you've been hoping for. First things first, let's get a basic understanding of what we're dealing with here. The 2003 Lincoln cent was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D mint mark under the date on the obverse side of the coin. The design features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln, which has been used on the 1-cent piece since 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. It's made primarily of zinc with a thin copper coating, weighing about 2.5 grams. On the reverse side, we have the Lincoln Memorial, which was used on pennies from 1959 to 2008. It's a pretty standard-looking penny, but there's something unique about a certain batch of 2003 D coins that makes them extremely valuable. So, what exactly sets this coin apart from the billions of other Lincoln cents produced over the years? To understand why this particular penny might be worth $1.3 million, we have to explore a few key concepts: rarity, errors, and demand. In the world of coin collecting, or numismatics, the value of a coin is often determined by how rare it is, and how much collectors are willing to pay to complete their collections. The 2003 D Lincoln cent we're talking about has become famous because of a specific mint error that makes it incredibly rare. There are reports of a unique die error that occurred during the minting process. The coin features a double die on the obverse side, which means that during the striking process, the die moved slightly, creating a double image. This results in visible doubling on the inscriptions like Liberty or the date 2003. These types of errors are highly sought after by collectors, especially when they are so rare. So, how do you know if your 2003 D Lincoln cent is the one that's worth millions? You'll need a good magnifying glass or, ideally, a jeweler's loupe. Carefully examine the date and the mint mark. You're specifically looking for signs of doubling. This could be on the numbers 2003 or on the word Liberty. If you spot this doubling, you could be in possession of a true treasure. Another key feature to look for is the condition of the coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, uncirculated coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable it is. If your coin shows little to no wear and has that distinctive doubling, you could be looking at a big payday. But why would anyone pay $1.3 million for a penny? The answer lies in a combination of factors: rarity, condition, and the story behind the coin. Rare error coins like this attract a lot of attention because they represent a mistake in what is supposed to be a very precise process. Collectors love the idea of owning something that almost wasn't supposed to exist. The 2003 D Lincoln cent with a double die is not just rare, it's nearly impossible to find in perfect condition, which makes it a coveted piece for collectors around the world. Moreover, the coin market is influenced by supply and demand. With many collectors vying to complete their sets, an incredibly rare error like this can drive prices through the roof. Just like a rare painting or a limited edition comic book, rarity combined with desirability can lead to astronomical prices at auction. As of now, the 2003 D Lincoln cent with this rare error has been valued at up to $1.30 million, particularly when found in pristine condition. Recent auctions have seen collectors bidding feverishly for high-grade examples, and prices have continued to climb as more people become aware of its existence. It's important to note that not every 2003 D penny will fetch this price. Only those with the unique doubling error and in near-perfect condition are considered that valuable. If you think you have one of these valuable coins, getting it professionally graded is a must. A grading service can authenticate the coin, certify its grade, and help you understand its potential value. Many collectors are willing to pay a premium for certified coins, especially when errors are involved. Now, you might be wondering, how do you increase your chances of finding a coin like this? The best way is to search through your change or even buy rolls of pennies from the bank to hunt for rare coins. While it's unlikely to come across $1 million penny, it's not impossible. People have found valuable coins in circulation before, and it could happen to you. So, is there $1 million penny hiding in your pocket right now? The odds are slim, but the possibility is thrilling, isn't it? Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the story of the 2003 D Lincoln cent is a reminder that sometimes, extraordinary value can be found in the most ordinary of places. Make sure to check your coins carefully, and who knows, you could be the next big story in the world of numismatics.